Today I'd like to talk to you about saving the world. Well, more specifically, how I am saving the world, and even more specifically than that, how I am here to recruit all of you to help save the world with me. Be heroes by my side. And it's a project called the Starfish Casters. This is how it works. First of all, before I tell you about the Starfish Casters, we need to understand this philosophy that though we cannot choose which world we are given, we can create the world we want to live in through frequent purposeful actions. Think about it this way, that you inherited a house and it's yours. You can't choose what house it is, but you have this choice. You can either choose to live in it the way it has been decorated and constructed for you, or through frequent purposeful action, you can choose to redecorate it, change it, and create the world that best suits you, the world you wish to live in. Well, what's the world I wish to live in? One where we all love strangers unconditionally. Because I understand that when you love someone unconditionally, you will stop at nothing to make sure they're okay. Imagine if strangers felt that way about each other. Well, that's the long-term vision, but let's get to what a Starfish Caster is. All right, Starfish Casters is built on the idea of this old story. The young little girl who sees thousands of dying starfish who are beached overnight, and she's throwing them one at a time back into the ocean. Old man comes up and looks at these starfish and says, "What are you doing, little girl?" And she looks at him and says, "I'm saving the starfish." So he looks around at all these dying starfish and says, "Well, there's no way you can possibly make a difference." So she looks down, sees one starfish, picks it up, throws it away and says, "Well, it certainly made a difference for that one." Well, the old man, gets what he sees and starts to help her. Let's think about this. One is that all action is contagious, positive or negative. In our society, we see each other following these actions, the cycles of the kick the dog or the love the neighbor, but they're cycles that are contagious. The second thing we realize is that as people start to come up with this contagious action to help save the world, because people are starving for purpose. Well, one person says, "Well, why don't you think about why all the starfish are on the beach in the first place?" And we say, "Yes, that's a great thought. You must be a scientist. Can you figure that out while we're taking these guys and saving them one at a time?" "Sure." Then someone else comes along and says, "Well, I can make a structure that can bring like 5,000 at once." "Great, you're an architect or you're an engineer. Can you do that?" Point is this: we all have our own purpose and our own unique way of creating this world we wish to live in. All right, and the third thing is this: the more people that are on that beach doing the same purposeful actions, right? The more frequently they do it, the faster the beach gets clean, the faster we create the world we wish to live in. So Starfish Casters helps us remind us that every day we have an opportunity to be a hero or a villain in someone else's lives. As a matter of fact, not every day, every moment. Every moment there is no neutral. We are either bringing light or sustaining darkness. So the Starfish Casters has this fun little exercise where we have these starfish that are cut up, and they are refrigerator magnets. So we ask people to come, we go up to strangers and we say, write the name of someone that you love and care about on that starfish. Someone that you might not always be able to be there for. So they write a name on there and they decorate this nice starfish. Then here's the trick. We say, you must cast it. And the reason why is because we're not always going to be there for the ones we love. So as they let go of that, then they have an opportunity to adopt a new starfish, someone else's, that was created with someone else's intention for someone else's person. Well, we ask them to go home and take that stranger's name and that stranger's starfish and put it on your refrigerator and be reminded daily that your loved one is in the care and the home of a stranger the way a stranger is in the care and love of you. So if you want your loved one to be safe and well cared for, then you must provide that example for others in your frequent purposeful action. So I'm going to talk about 3 ways that we can do that in our everyday life. Then I'm also going to tell you a few stories about how this starfish casting has changed lives. And in one, my daughter, she enabled this starfish cast in other people when she came. She's only 9 years old, right? And then all of a sudden she had this moment, and after she did it, she physically fell back and she said, "Whoa, that felt good." Now, that's when all of a sudden it hit me. I said, well, what is it that feels so good about her? That's the second level. It's not having the epiphany, but it's causing the epiphany in others, that we indeed together create the world we wish to live in. So I asked her months later, I said, what was so moving about that? And she said, "Dad, I realized that it felt so good to help someone help others." Right? So what we're doing is the Starfish Casters is a positive intention ripple machine of positive actions where we're vocal about what we're doing, and what we do is one by one, each one teach one, action by action, create the world we wish to live in. You can help by having us speak at TEDx, and we'll do the Starfish Exchange with everyone there and have a wonderful time saving the world.